So I'm at the park. I wanted to put a message out there for everyone. America can come together. America is going to come together. People need to stop talking about this, the conflict stuff that they're talking about. Today on Tim Pool's show, he was talking about the possibility of America having a civil war. That's not okay. I'm not chastising Tim Pool by any means. I understand why he's saying it. But instead of pointing out the negative direction we're going, we need to start trying to inspire people for the positive direction. We need to start talking about the positives. We need to stop focusing on the negatives, because what you focus on becomes a reality. And if we keep focusing on these negatives and we keep focusing on this division, we're going to go down a bad road, and we need to not do that. If we do that, there's not going to be food in stores. You know, we need people. Our civilization is not like these places that can have civil wars, where people grow their own food and hunt their own food and everything like that. Like, people need grocery stores nowadays. If we allow it to get too crazy to the point where shipments aren't coming in and stuff like that, people are going to starve. People are honestly going to die. And, I mean, I don't want to see that. I don't think anybody wants to see that. I think if people sit down and think about it for a second, it's a lot easier to swallow your pride or to whatever than it is to have a full-blown civil war. I understand that certain people feel certain ways about certain things, but ultimately, people don't need to die. We can fix this. We can come together. We can find solutions to these problems. We're fully capable of doing it. We're also fully capable of destroying ourselves. If you look at how the if you look at how the First World War happened, it happened due to a bunch of misunderstandings, basically, and by the time people realized what was going to happen, they tried to call it off, but it was too late. The troops were already in motion, and they said, well, you know what, it is what it is. And then millions and millions of people died. You know, I don't want to see that. We have too many people on the planet right now for that type of thing to happen. I don't mean we have too many people on the planet like global warming stuff. I mean, like, we have too many people to let that type of atrocity happen. I don't want kids to see that. I don't want people to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to deal with that. I would rather us come together. I would consider myself a libertarian. Technically, I'm a registered Democrat. I realize that the right and the left both have good things in them. We need to stop this tribalism. We need to stop fighting. We need to come together, or otherwise bad things are going to happen. But if you yourself are not trying to spread a positive message, you are going to be partially at fault for that. If all you do is focus on the negatives, you are going to be part of the people that are promoting war to happen. You have to start focusing on the positives. You have to try and not argue with people over things that can be talked about civilly. You know, we're seeing crazy violence in Ukraine right now. There might be people that think, oh, well, you know, I don't even know what people think as far as why anyone would promote a civil war. And I'm not saying Tim Pool's promoting it, but I'm saying that people aren't doing enough to talk about the positive things and the reasons not to have it. People are talking about all the negative things that are driving us towards it. How about we talk about all the negative things that will happen if it happens? Like I said, stores running out of food, running out of gasoline, running out of everything. You know, can you go and protect your grandmother? I don't want to have to try and protect mine. I don't want this type of chaos here. I don't. It horrifies me. And America's supposed to be the place where everybody runs to get away from this type of stuff in other places in the world. Where do we run to? There is nowhere that we escape to get asylum. We are supposed to be the people that are sane, and we're supposed to be the people that hold things together. And the rest of the world apparently doesn't believe in us anymore, but I believe in us. I know we have the ability to come together, and I know we have the ability to patch this gap that we're having right now. You know, I hope people can try and come together with this. I know people can. I know people can, and I believe that people will, because I refuse to believe that this is how we're going to let things go down. I refuse to believe that we're going to war with our own brothers and sisters. We need to come together. We need to stop fighting. We need to love and respect each other for the people that we are. I understand that there are a lot of people that aren't happy with a lot of the things going on, but like I said, that's extremist positions on both sides, and it's the fault of, like I said, outside influences on the sane and rational people. I believe there's 10% on the far right, 10% on the far left, and everybody else in the middle should be sane enough to realize that a civil war is not what we need. Fighting amongst each other is not what we need. Things are not going well, but they don't have to go this bad. Like, you know, when you see you're headed towards a cliff, you don't have to keep driving. Right now, we can pump the brakes and we can stop and we can talk about this. But if it gets too far, we're not going to be able to. And I want people to really seriously think about the ramifications, and I want people to act responsibly. I wish I had a bigger platform. I don't have any platform, but I felt the need to make this video because I want people to understand that there's a lot of good going on. Like, there's a lot of good. There are still people being pulled out of poverty every day. And if America crumbles, there are going to be a lot of people thrown into poverty. I understand that people are worried about the climate. I understand people are worried about inequality here, inequality there. What do you think is going to happen if the entire United States is plunged into war? Our currency becomes worth nothing. Like, all these countries that go to war, their currency is worth zero while they're warring with themselves, because currency is like a promise for work from that country. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, no one wants U.S. currency if we're at a war with each other. That means that they don't know that they can reliably get anything from us. They can't use our dollars to buy our stuff. Why do they want our dollars? If we have a civil war, our currency is going to not be worth anything. And if our currency isn't worth anything, all the stuff that we're used to importing into the United States will not be imported into the United States, because everybody who was taking our dollars will no longer want our dollars. We won't be able to get the food imports that we're used to. We won't be able to get the necessities that we're used to. We don't manufacture as much stuff here as we used to, and if no one else wants our money, we're going to be in a world of hurt. We're going to be in a serious world of hurt. And I want people to really think about what the ramifications of a war on United States soil amongst its citizens would really do to us and the entire rest of the world. We have a responsibility to be bigger than this. We have a responsibility to the rest of the world and to each other and to our citizens and to all of mankind to not let this happen. This will be a huge setback for all of mankind if we don't come together. We can come together, and we need to come together.